Guys, Smokey here. As long as stuff's gonna work, we're gonna do the American Dad one. And then I do have something else I'm gonna do right before I get back into Futurama. Another show. So stick around for that. So let's get through the American Dad, seasons 1 through 5. All right, season 1, Homeland Insecurity. The start of one of the longest things running in the show, with the golden turd. The story with the Boy Scouts is weird. Stan being paranoid, typical American. So yeah, that's why I like that episode. Just I see a lot of people like that around here, and it's just some of them I don't blame. Others, they're a little overprotective, but the honorable mention is Bullock's Stand, which is the episode where Haley gets with Avery Bullock, Stan's boss, and Stan and him end up in a fight that Jeff originally was going to start. But, Jeff can't fight because Jeff is Jeff, so Stan does it for him. And then Stan ends up getting a promotion. And so, yeah, that's season 1. Season 2. Now, I never. The first episode is Dungeons and Wagons, which is where they do the parody of World of Warcraft. I never played World of Warcraft. I played DC Universe Online, which is an MMO. But Stan basically becomes a Fast and Furious racer to help spice things up with him and Francine, and then Jeff ends up killing Steve to win Haley back, and Haley and him end up bringing Steve back because Steve gets mad. It's a weird episode. It's just that's why I like it, I guess. So yeah, the honorable mention is Black Mystery Month. I had to get a quick little refresher on that one. Black Mystery Month is the one about the peanut. I really like that episode, and I couldn't figure out if I want Dungeons and Wagons to be the honorable mention or this one. These two are the top picks, of course, but it's got a really good story about them and the peanut. And I actually watched this episode. It's weird. The first time I remember watching it is when I had to do a report on the guy that made the peanuts in or created Peanut Butter Henry Carver or something like that. I can't remember his name. George Washington Carver. I was not that far off, but yeah. And that was like in 4th or 5th grade. It's the first time I remember seeing this episode, even though this episode came out a year before I started school. So, yeah, that's just kind of where the season is. Let's get into season 3. Season 3, in my opinion, is where the show started to kind of branch out and do a little bit more, different stories. It get a little bit cartoony, but nothing near where Family Guy and The Simpsons was by this point. So, Alias is the first one. I remember seeing this episode a lot when I was little, so it's kind of been playing in my brain. Stan, was Haley get married to somebody besides Jeff? And the one dude from a different CIA organization has a son that's gay, and he tricks them into getting married so his dad will be happy, and he activates a protocol that they had built into Haley when she was little from Project Daycare, I think is what they called it, and she ends up going to kill Stan because Stan didn't deactivate her before the time for that. And then the honorable mention for this one is Franny 911, which is an episode where Stan keeps telling Francine to quit, babying Roger, and Roger needs to grow up, and she finally has enough of him and does it. And to the point where Stan realizes that they need Roger, so he keeps poisoning Roger. So then Roger eventually moves back in. So yeah, that's season 3. 4, we have DeLorean's story, in which I don't know if I've seen the Back to the Future movies by that point, because I was little, when these episodes were coming out. I don't remember that far back, but I watched them a few years ago and stuff, and see the references and stuff like using the music and a couple other references to like things I think Michael J. Fox says, and the story of Steve and Stan bonding also, because we need more episodes like that. Because Steve, either way, he's a nerd. Stan's the typical American dad, like an 80s, 90s sitcom, where they want their kids to be just like they were in high school. So yeah. Also, I just about fell out of the chair. That's why you saw me go like that. Just in case you're wondering. Honorable mention is Every Which Way But Lose, which is the episode where another Stan and Steve attempting to bond, but Stan, being Stan, tells Steve he can't play football because Steve sucks. And so Roger creates a team with Steve's friends and then Steve's B friends. You got the A team and you got your B team that are just basically parodies of them. And Roger's gooing, or whatever you want to call it, that makes him he puts on Steve and makes Steve real slippery so nobody can catch him as he has him as his quarterback. And I think Steve wins, and Stan kind of learns a lesson. Or Stan wins. Steve, I can't remember the exact ending, but it doesn't end badly. So let's get to season 5. Another one in the Roger story from Homeland Security, Rapture's Delight. I really liked Rapture's Delight. I thought it was, a good episode. This is why I also seen a lot while I was little, during the holiday times and stuff. I think they played during Halloween and on Christmas, because it's kind of a horror episode. And then, Stan and Jesus, and then the Antichrist basically being a parody of the 60s Riddler, but on crack. And then the honorable mention was Shallow Vows, which is one where Stan said he only married Francine for her looks. She goes through her routine, and then Stan ends up blinding himself when she quits doing her routine, just so they can stay together when they go to renew their vows. That's literally it. I find that episode just kind of funny because it just shows how arrogant Stan is. Francine in the older seasons, somewhat you feel bad for they kind of flanderized her into not being very bright in the modern episodes, but that's it. That's it. Like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Go follow me on Instagram at Smokey Presents YT and on Twitter at SmokeyP2003. Also, go check out Brody's channel. It's just dog content all day, every day. I try at least put 3 videos up a day. Peace.